Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk. What's up, everybody? Big Herc getting down fresh out. I got the homie Big Caz here. Bone Thugs, OG, you know, rolling 60s OG, you know what I mean, LA OG. And we know we kicking a bobo, man, you know, chopping it up with Big Herc. This is kind of a prison talk, but it's about some stuff above and beyond life after prison. And I felt it'd be interesting content, so I'm here with Caz, you know, asking some questions, trying to get some insight on a lot of shit I've always had questions about. So Caz, what was your involvement with Death Row Records, and how were you able to get the Tupac Masters, man?
I hated Suge Knight. You know when we did the documentary, that was the outtake, remember?
Yeah.
The views was at like 100,000 right away, and I asked him. I had to ask him to take it down because one of my homies was still working with Death Row.
Okay.
And he saw it and was like, "Bruh, I need that check right now. Can you please take it down?" So I hit you, and you're my brother. I love you. You took it down. Now it's back up.
Yeah.
And
you said
people,
it was cool to put it.
Yeah. Well, he don't work there no more.
Yeah.
You remember what people? Oh yeah, right. He don't own this. And then I sent you an interview the other day, and you're more than welcome to post that short clip. The interview was who?
Molly Mall and Lil Bill.
And y'all know, what was that show, Hip Hop Hollywood?
Love and Hip Hop. Yeah.
But people don't realize Molly has produced Justin Bieber,
Yeah, he did.
Tiger, huge. Done stuff with Scott Storch. Well, Molly is the reason why that Pac's Life album happened. So my connection with Death Row, my homie Poppy used to bodyguard Damon something, who was married to Kim Kardashian. People don't realize how many.
Oh, that her first husband?
That was her first husband, and she was like 17.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You little dirtbag, you famous for nothing. But get your money. He used to be signed to Death Row. He wanted to get out of that deal. So they're living up here in Topanga or something. I remember Poppy called me like, "Can you come up here? Because Suge is supposed to be coming up here." Well, we already had issues with Suge. My homie Bo D, rest in peace, Neighborhood. That song where Quick says, "I'm only 150 pounds. How could I?" They say I killed cuz in the 60s.
Yeah.
So you can't make this shit up if you can't piece it together. So when Quick did that song about how could I kill dude from 60s, blah, blah, blah. Bo D, Corrupt is one of them, honorary 6-0s, and Corrupt's my little brother. So Bo D was hanging with Corrupt. They were at the something theater on Wilshire. I forget the name of it. It's still there.
That one, y'all know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's right when you pass La Brea. It's on the right-hand side. And not the Wiltern. That's Western and something.
Yeah.
But the one further down. So they're saying blood this, blood that, blood. And finally Bo D turns like, "Cuz this is your artist. Corrupt is your artist. And y'all saying blood this and blood that. Respect cuz. Like, he's about to make you money. He makes you money. And y'all just disrespected him." Well, somebody pops off. Long story short, Bo D got stomped to death. So I'd already had it in for dude. I'm one of them dudes. I'm not gonna put it in a song. I'm not even gonna say now what I wanted done. So when Poppy called me to jump ahead, I'm like, "Yeah, I'll come through." So I get there. Suge had just left. He came to the window. Poppy cracked his shit, and was like, "You come through this." He literally went around the back of the house, one of these private homes. Remember the group Troop?
Yeah, I remember Troop.
Again, you can't make this
I remember
shit.
Troop.
Who wouldn't make
From
this
Pasadena.
The singer.
Yeah.
With the little curly.
Yeah, with the little curly top.
Yeah. He was a writer for Damon Evans, I think his name was. And him and Kim had just broke up. So he's in that house writing with dude from Troop. So Suge is there trying to trip. Poppy cracks on him. They leave. The next day, I go to pick dude up from Troop. Me and Poppy. And this cat was living in Compton, like broke. And he's telling me the story, and he's like, yo, all the masters are at. So if anybody really is a true historian, where Suge said the Rolling 60s ran up in the death row. It was on the news and everything, said he wouldn't cooperate. That's when Officer Piggy Reggie was his bodyguard. And dude told me how to get into the building. And it was me and a couple others I will not implicate. And
I know one of the big homies. He ain't no
yeah,
rest
yeah,
in peace, but
yeah.
he ain't no joke.
Yeah. So he says that it was 15 of us and him and Reg. No, it was 15 of them. And it was 3 of us. I can make 3. And we cracked it off. I think I left with a black eye. And
wasn't that office over off of Wilshire?
Wilshire?
Yeah, on that top, yeah.
Shit up.
I remember that.
It was all on the news, and it said that we shot through the window. There was no shooting through the window. There was remember the something 8, the 8 ball?
Oh yeah, the 8 ball where you shake it up and it got.
I went to throw it at him, and it hit the window.
Okay.
That's how that hole that was on the TV thing. So while he was night, he was. The Masters were. It was one hard drive. This kid that now lives in Australia. The story that y'all heard about Suge making a producer drink piss.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I tell Steve, I got these Masters. And now Suge he's trying to call Key to Rock. He's trying to call cause your homie, blood your homie. And they that's what he does, And so they wasn't fucking with Suge no more. And Big U wasn't home yet. And
that's right, because he was when a lot of this shit was going on.
This was maybe a year before he came home. And Suge was smart. He'd always hire cats from 60s. Because who he gonna get the most beef with? So he didn't really love them. Whatever they feel, they worked for him, that's on them. But for me, I had the Masters. And remember AOL?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting at my computer and a screen pops. This shit could be a movie. And a screen pops up. It's like, do you like Tupac? Because I did an article for Source Magazine where I was like, I don't fuck with Pac. I'm from 60s. I would have killed him. And people were in an uproar like, what? Tupac? I'm like, I'm a gangbanger. This nigga claiming Mob Piru, and he ain't from California. He's from Buffalo, New York. Then the Bay. So I was like, as an ignorant gangbanger, cause fuck him. People that get it. Mm-hmm. I'm supposed to like you because you rap? If you claiming a hood and I don't get along with that hood, fuck you. Fuck you, your mama. I wouldn't care if she got anal cancer. I don't give a shit. You are something that I don't like. And you're up under somebody who I hate. And I ended up meeting Pac at a pool party. And he was probably hands down one of the coolest cats in the world. We talked. He saw the interview. And it wasn't for Source, it was for Exposed Magazine.
Okay.
And Murder Dog.
Oh, Murder Dog. I remember Murder Dog.
And the writer said, Caz isn't just the drive-by driver. He's the drive-by driver, the nigga that gets out the car, the nigga that walks up. Because I just did everything by myself. And I'm a nice guy. I don't really know this tough, silly thing.
So after you met Pac, though, you felt like it was like he wasn't, the image you had seen, he was totally different.
What's those people that are really, really smart? They're part of an organization. I can't think of the word. He's smart like that. And I just remember thinking, bro, you fucked yourself because you're really an intelligent young man.
But he got hooked up with the wrong people.
And he wasn't no punk. Pac wasn't even, I'm 5'10". He's almost 6 feet. And he was he called me big homie right away. And I remember I was like, cuz I'm not from your hood. So I'm not your homie. Because he at that point thought we were good. I'm like, cuz I'm not from your hood. Don't call me, And in the motorcycle world, we don't like other clubs that come up and say, hey, I'm Prospect. You're not my Prospect. What's your name?
Yeah.
But we ended up clicking, so let me fast forward. But I get that AOL thing, and this dude's like, do you like Tupac? I'm like, who the fuck is that? And it turns out to be this guy that Suge did that to. After maybe 18 trickery little, what were those called? Instant messages.
Mm-hmm.
He finally said who he was. This is the first time I'm telling this story. Only person that knows this is Steve Lobel and now you guys. I had these hard drives, but they were all
encrypted.
And I own all of the Tupac Masters, not some, not sort of. I got Death Row, I got Lisa Left Eye Lopez, her last albums, all her demos, everything. I'm the one that put out the Faith Evans version of Wonder Why They Call You Bitch. And the reason why it got put out finally, my best friend was Todd Rassall. Who's Todd Rassall? Faith Evans' ex-husband. And I saw him up at Power 106, and I'd had the song, but I'm like, I hadn't seen the homie. I just happened to run into him up at Power 106. And I'm like, man, let me tell you something. He's like, you got that song? I said, he goes, let me hear it. She's in the limo in the back, and I got it on my phone, and I play it. He's like, and it was her. Because she said she never did it.
Oh.
She said she never finished, nothing.
Okay.
And he was like, man, don't put it up. We're probably going through a divorce right now. Not because of that, some other shit. And when they got divorced, he's like, put it out. But long story short, it was encrypted, and I couldn't figure it out. And it even got damaged once because I was trying to figure it out. And dude told me, I've owned the Tupac Masters now since 2009. It's 2018, and I still haven't been able to open up all the files.
So there's still files in there
There's hidden, again, nobody knows this. There was a file, there's files that'll say original acapellas, because Pac would record 3 versions, always. The clean version, the dirty version, and then he'd change it up with the verse. So every other city we go, the same hoe. I have the original video where he's dressed as King Tut. A whole nother verse after Suge left. He already knew he was leaving. So he did a whole nother. I have so many. But one day I was sitting and it said original files. I opened it, it's blank. So let's say this is the mouse. I'm sitting there just like, fuck, why is it was like hundreds. And I'm just playing with the mouse, kind of looking at the screen or looking off. And all of a sudden, you know how the arrow changes to the thumb or whatever it is?
with the timing?
And I'm like, there's nothing there. It was encrypted. So you would think it's a blank folder. Because if you see a blank folder, you're just going to keep moving. So I just happened to move the mouse. I'm like I think I was just going like this. And I see the mouse change. And I start clicking and other folders start opening up. You can't see nothing till the mouse goes over it. And then it was encrypted. The reason why Suge did that to this dude, because Pac made him make a promise, like, if Suge gets a hold of these, don't. And that's why Suge beating, the pull stick, the whole this is to this dude.
Oh, wow. So this guy, he's the one who encrypted everything.
So the movie that's coming out, can't make this up, I got a call from the lawyer, Molly Magenet, who said they'd like to talk to you. And that's how, if that movie ever comes out with Johnny Depp about the Sergeant Poole.
Okay.
I heard now it just got.
Oh, they pulled? Remember he was about to come out. Why did
They said something about the money. Something about the money.
Okay.
But there's a scene in there where they talk about a gang person who has the hard drives. Because in the movie, it's like, what happened to all his music? So, I'm the possessor of it. So when that Pac's Life album, when you post that little quick thing, you hear Steve say, and you produced the Pac album, Pac's Life. He goes, yeah, pretty much 90% of it. How? This homie Caz and then you could insert it right there. And that's how I ended up with the Tupac stuff.
Wow.
And that, whoever, the people that feel they rep Suge or whatever, every time you see me on video, I'm by myself. I don't use my club. I don't use my old gang. What people don't realize, Suge had lost the Masters. He did a deal with Koch, who's now E1, for $10 million and never turned in the Masters. So when I ended up with him, who do you think I went and got my first million from? Koch. Because I only own what's unreleased. I'm not a Pac fan, so I don't know what's unreleased. So I sat in my office probably 9 times with Molly going, nope, we don't have that song. Nope, we don't have. There's so many songs. Songs that when I put out the one with him, Biggie, Heavy D, Grand Poobah, Smith & Wesson, that's when he was doing the United Nation or when he was trying to put everybody together. They thought that song was a lie because Eddie F., the files got messed up. I had the original song. So that's, that story can go on and on. So whenever they're doing a Pac's album, they'll call me. Usually I'll sit with Molly, or nowadays I just show her into the screen because I made songs that belonged to Interscope that they didn't have. I sold them theirs back. Koch sold them theirs back. And then Pac had a deal with another company. It was a smaller company. And same, I'll take them. You can't have them. You can buy it back.
Yeah.
because 9/10 the law.
Exactly.
So-
Exactly.
That's it.
There you have it, you guys. The Tupac Masters. Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.